I can't stop an avalanche, Billy.
No one is asking you to stop an avalanche. What are you even talking about? I just want you to want to survive one with us, Pete.
Welcome to Watch Mojo, and today we're counting down our picks for the top 10 worst movies of 2020.
You know what I do need? I need a couple buckets of that gravy so I can take a bath in it. So good. Delicious.
And you two, you sit there and you don't talk and you take up space. Well, not you, John P. You've been terrific. You've been very kind.
Where's my money? Where's my money?
For this list, we'll be looking at films from a major studio or featuring recognizable actors that were released in 2020 and that were critically panned. What were your favorite and least favorite films of 2020? Let us know in the comments. Number 10, The Jesus Rolls. The Coen brothers are masters of quirky cinema. Over their decades-long career, they've given us numerous unforgettable films populated by unique, larger-than-life characters. Many fans have long fantasized about catching up with the dude, but the Coen brothers don't do sequels. The Jesus Rolls is a solid argument as to why not.
Aren't you a little old to be stealing cars? Yeah, I know. Pretty nice, right? Too bad you can't afford it.
A spin-off from The Big Lebowski, The Jesus Rolls is written and directed by John Turturro, who also reprises the titular role of Jesus Quintana.
Chill out, woman. We couldn't afford to get pinched. You ain't never been in the joint.
The Coen brothers' involvement was limited to giving Turturro their blessing. In hindsight, fans of the dude likely wish they hadn't. Jesus simply does not work as a protagonist. The whole thing feels aimless and immature, and even with the short runtime, manages to overstay its welcome.
This is Marie. She's our girl.
And now I'm yours too. But the only hitch is I can't come. Coffee?
Sure, just a drop.
Number 9, The Last Thing He Wanted. How do you manage to assemble a cast including the likes of Anne Hathaway, Ben Affleck, Rosie Perez, and Willem Dafoe and have it go this badly?
Come on, Ellie. Celebrate with me.
This is your celebratory mode?
Come on. I got a big deal coming. The big deal.
Especially considering director Dee Rees gave us the superb 2017 historical drama Mudbound.
And so I ended with that. With love.
While that film carefully juggled its ensemble cast to great and emotionally profound effect, this movie is a mess. A political thriller, it centers on a journalist who, during the 1984 presidential election, is pulled into the family business, arms dealing, and by extension, the Iran-Contra affair.
See these crates? All these is you now.
Is there an inventory list?
Everything is here. They know what they're buying.
Confused? Well, the film only further complicates things. Netflix has distributed some truly great films, but The Last Thing He Wanted feels like it was just unceremoniously dumped here. Number 8, The Tax Collector.
I'm sorry.
What? Nothing's happened.
I don't know.
You just what? You're okay. Calm down.
After the poor critical response to Suicide Squad, director David Ayer was quick to blame studio interference.
There's your pep talk. Compared to your shit, she killed it.
Okay, that's pretty common with big-budget comic book movies. But what's the excuse here? Watch a clip from The Tax Collector out of context, and you might assume it's a fake movie from a sketch show being played for laughs. Shia LaBeouf's character is supposedly white, but he's fully adopted Chicano Cholo mannerisms.
God doesn't exist. I'm a product of evolution, David. I'm supposed to terrorize the herd. That's my function. That's the knowledge I was born with.
I don't say that.
The end result is uncomfortable. The film just doesn't fail in terms of good taste, however. The plot is paper thin and populated by characters to match. Self-aware or not, the movie is a walking collage of cliches and stereotypes. The cinematography and editing is also distractingly off. Number 7, John Henry. Every year, countless films feel the sting of being labeled rotten, but getting 0% on the tomato meter is truly special. John Henry earns its place on the list, and the fact that it managed to do so with a star as reliably charming as Terry Crews is a testament to just what a colossal misfire it really is.
No. You haven't changed at all.
Yes, I have, and I am proud of every pound. Put some respect on this thickness.
sorry.
John Henry borrows the name of the African-American folk hero and drags it through the mud in a story that honestly has nothing to do with him. Cruz plays an ex-gang member who protects two Honduran refugees from hell, Hell being his former gang leader, played by Ludacris.
Respect.
A heartless thriller, John Henry swings and misses at every opportunity, even failing to hit the status of so bad it's good.
You ain't no killer. You know you ain't no killer.
I'm not a killer. I'm John Henry.
Number 6. Force of Nature. In recent years, Mel Gibson has largely followed Nicolas Cage and John Travolta into the direct-to-video bargain bin, and sadly, that's where this film belongs. Force of Nature sees Gibson joined by Emile Hirsch and Kate Bosworth for a crime action movie with disaster film elements.
I'm a stubborn asshole. She takes after me.
I'm standing right here, you know what I mean?
The short version of the plot is that it involves a heist during a hurricane in Puerto Rico, but honestly, there's just way too many moving parts. It's like no one, including the director or screenwriter, was entirely sure as to where this story was going, so they just made things up as they went along.
Are you a Nazi?
No.
Mein Vater was.
Unintentionally silly, and more than a little tone-deaf in 2020, Force of Nature is a hurricane of confusion. Number 5. 365 Days. If there's one movie that got people talking for all the wrong reasons in 2020, it's this one. 365 Days isn't just problematic, it's shockingly inappropriate and may very well go down as one of the worst films ever made. It earned itself 0% on Rotten Tomatoes and arguably only attracted viewers out of morbid curiosity once the internet got wind of it. The plot reads as follows. A Sicilian man kidnaps a woman and gives her 1 year to fall in love with him.
You have 365 days. I'll do anything so you can fall in love with me. If next year on your birthday nothing changes, I'll set you free.
So you might be asking, how could this horror thriller be so offensive? Well, it's actually framed as a romantic erotic drama. Yeah. Oh, and in case you're wondering, the acting is also terrible.
What's going on? Did you kill him?
It's none of your business.
You killed him.
I shot his heads.
Number 4. Hillbilly Elegy. Prior to its release, we actually had Hillbilly Elegy at number 4 on our list of top 10 movies and TV shows coming to streaming in November of 2020. As such, it's with great sadness that we give the film the same spot on this list.
Hey, pick those up. You shouldn't be dancing in the store.
Shouldn't be dancing in the store.
Pick those up now.
He's doing it.
Just get out.
He hadn't bought his cards.
Get out!
A drama exploring themes of identity, family, and the American dream, Hillbilly Elegy boasts great performances, but not even powerhouses like Glenn Close and Amy Adams can make up for the movie's fundamentally flawed screenplay.
You always got a reason. It's always someone else's fault. Some point, you're gonna have to take responsibility.
This isn't a compelling investigation of poverty, it just feels voyeuristic and all too content to revel in squalor and stereotypes. It's not the worst film of the year, but it certainly fell furthest relative to expectations.
My family's not perfect, but they made me who I am and gave me chances that they never had.
Number 3. The Last Days of American Crime. Edgar Ramirez and Michael Pitt are both very competent actors. But what is an actor to do when, in the place of characters, they're given cardboard cutouts to play instead?
Hey, or did we just check off your list?
The action thriller genre has given us so many mindless straight-to-video films over the years, and we didn't think there was anything left for a movie to do that could really shock us. But The Last Days of American Crime digs deep to find a new low, and earn its place amongst the worst films ever made. Yep, it's boring. Yep, it's an endless slew of crime film cliches. But in the context of the civil unrest inspired by police brutality in the US, this movie is also absurdly out of touch with the times.
Every Friday we'd meet in the yard. They'd yell, fight, and get us to do the nastiest shit to each other.
Number 2, Dolittle.
This is an opportunity.
This is a nightmare!
With his tenure as Iron Man finally having come to a close, Robert Downey Jr. finally has time to focus on other projects. As one of the highest paid actors in the world, and with some great performances under his belt, he really has the clout to do anything. So why did he choose to make this massively expensive misfire of a children's movie?
Make way, boys! Flip down! Don't stop! Don't stop! Odd decision, but stop!
And why didn't anyone intervene to right the ship during production?
Oh, you were saying warship!
Though undeniably unnecessary, Dolittle was by no means destined to fail. Its missteps are glaring and obvious. Fart jokes abound and consistently fall flat.
Respect.
The plot is needlessly complicated but lacks an emotional core, which it tries to make up for by just throwing more CGI at us.
No one messes with my family.
Before we unveil our top pick, here are a few dishonorable mentions. Unhinged.
I don't even think you really know what a bad day is. But you're gonna find out.
Coffee and Kareem.
This is a different one than the one at my squad car. It's a different brand radio. I don't know. Does this sound okay?
The Kindness of Strangers.
And you two, you sit there and you don't talk and you take up space. Well, not you, John Peter. You've been terrific. You've been very kind.
The Wrong Missy.
Let's floor this piece of shit! Go, hustle! Go! He's catching up.
Bram's The Boy 2.
Well, no one's gonna hurt Mommy and Daddy. And no one's gonna hurt you.
Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure you go into your settings and switch on notifications. Number 1, Artemis Fowl.
Wait. You don't want me? No, I'm just a talented tumbler.
Adaptations of beloved YA and/or middle years books in general are far more likely to miss the mark than succeed. For every Harry Potter or Hunger Games film franchise, there are 3 flops like Mortal Engines and The Fifth Wave. But rarely has a book series with such rich source material and so many dedicated fans been adapted so poorly. The changes are many, impossible to justify, and in some cases, in fundamental opposition to the spirit of Owen Colfer's novels.
Try to imagine if humans suddenly found out there was a world of magical creatures living beneath them. Most human beings are afraid of gluten. How do you think they'd handle goblins?
Disney gave filmmaker Kenneth Branagh an ample budget, but the cuts to the story, characters, and world building make this film feel lacking in every possible way. Artemis Fowl and his fans deserved much better. So can we get a series now instead?
It would appear we've garnered quite a bit of interest. Not ideal.
The media?
Do you agree with our picks? Check out this other recent clip from WatchMojo, and be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.